season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? And you combine a big leg with a mile-high air. There's the outcome. This will sail out of the end zone for a touchback.
On the double.
They begin on the ground with Kamara. And some room to work. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. Well, there you go. This offense off to a strong start this afternoon.
Yeah, with a big run and a first down. That's putting what you practice into play. That's excellent execution to get things started.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They run it again with Kamara. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. This defense for the Broncos, they were excellent last week in the win over the Chargers.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
Oh, a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Hardman came into this game eager to see how they would hold up in man coverage. And on that play, they held up quite well.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Now Love. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 41-yard line. A sizable 16-yard chunk there. The drive continues. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 41. Here's Love. This pass complete. He finds Jeremy Ruckert. And they'll be stopped at the 28. On a play that started at the 14, they pick up 14. Pretty solid opening drive here, Charles. They worked in the run game, the pass game, just steadily getting yards, and now they've got it inside the red zone here with an opportunity.
And the only thing they don't have so far.
And the ball comes out. Love lost it. It's picked up by the Broncos. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect him.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
Good starting position for the Broncos here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed. But they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
The first carry now. This is Williams. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Up the middle they go. Cleveland, and he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to move the sticks with a gain of 4 on 3rd and inches. The Broncos at 7-1 now on the year, and they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Now they'll look to Willis to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Brooks. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he could break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5. Now a handoff up the middle. Cleveland, and some room to maneuver. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
Now Willis on 1st and 10. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and the Seahawks have picked it up. There he goes, left side. And they bring this one back. It's a fumble recovery and a Seattle touchdown. Oh, backbreaker. That'll drive the coach, the offensive coordinator, just crazy. You get it all the way down there in the red zone, can't capitalize. Instead, they go the other way on the fumble return for a touchdown.
How about the aggressiveness of the defense, though? They're not about to just fall on a fumble, are they? Scoop and score is their motto, and they just did it.
So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Just the one misstep for them in the first half of the season. 7-1 is the record at the midway point. And in terms of whatever power rankings you want to go by, they're at or near the top of the list in terms of best teams in the National Football League.
And for me, in my little bit of rankings here, I've got them at the top. I know there's still 2 months to go, and we've seen teams get off to hot starts and then fade away due to injuries or the schedule or whatever. But unless there are a rash of injuries on this team, I'd be surprised if they aren't a first or a second seed come playoff time.
And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play call to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
On 2nd down now, Cleveland. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right in midfield at the 50. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Here we go, here we go.
Now a first down carry, it's Williams. He'll take this to the 46.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Up the middle they go. Cleveland. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. They'll keep it on the ground. Cleveland. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. 52 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now they'll look to Willis to pass it here. Open man here is Conklin. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Here we go.
3 yards remain for 2nd down. Now a handoff up the middle. Cleveland. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the 1st down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
Right back to him on 1st down. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Jordan Brooks on the tackle. He's already fumbled once in this game, and I thought the ball started to jostle there a little bit, but they got to him quickly at the line of scrimmage.
They sure did, and remember, if you're not a very confident runner and you've already dropped it once, if there's traffic around you, the only thing you think about is protecting the football, not gaining yards.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Willis. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Oh, I saw this one with defensive eyes because even as he escaped the pocket and bought time, the coverage stayed tight. Nothing broke down. Throwing it away, that was his only option.
Let's go now.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion.
60 boxes, 60 boxes.
Up the middle they go. Cleveland. And they'll get to him short of the 1st down at about the 16. 7 yards on the carry there, but now they're staring at 4th down.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
York able to send this one through. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. Love now. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Cooper's first catch, and good for a first down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. It's a big play there for Seattle. 46 yards. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's first and goal just outside the 5. Try to pound it in, Kamara. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked out before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Partner, one thing I was lousy at growing up, track and field, I could never anticipate the start before a race, but how about that backer? He figured it out, jumped the count, and turned it into a really nice play for his defense.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And the Broncos are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line.
Partner, there's no other way you could describe it because that was absolutely just gut-wrenching for that offense. They were right on the precipice. Points were available. All they had to do was just fall forward, and they were going to put them up on the board. Instead, a long drive ends in heartbreak and a melancholy trip back to the drawing board. I like it when I go a little bit lyrical for you.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in second and long yardage.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
7 Pirates! 7 Pirates!
Willis looks to pass it here. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And that won't buy him much room. Just a 1-yard gain to the 5.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get it out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
On 3rd down, it's Willis. And he fires one, but incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football and now zapped right back in the other direction. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field.
Here we go. Here we go.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
They'll throw again. Here's Love on 2nd and 10. He finds his man, complete. It's Stanley. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
You're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. That close on 3rd down, I think everybody probably expecting a run. Instead, they go to the air on 3rd and short yardage.
I realize this is a passing league, and they're liable to throw the ball on any down and distance. But that short, I do question the call. Run the football and pick it up.
On fourth down, Love. And this is caught. Amari Cooper. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid fourth down conversion, and defensively pure frustration.
On the ready.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Again, it's Love. He finds his man, complete. That's Stanley. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. He's got his receiver, Cooper. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A good pickup there, 21 yards. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defense.
Touchdown! Noah Fant, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. Meanwhile, Willis throw on target to Godwin here. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. Looking downfield for Godwin. And that's caught inside the 30. And he takes it into the end zone across the chalk. Now there is a flag down, but I think that's offsides on the defense.
Yeah, I think that's going to stand, partner.
Now Cade York for the extra point. And he's got it. That cuts the lead. It's now 14-10. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And he's going to be shoved out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. So we've come upon halftime with the visiting Seahawks. They're out in front. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And Charles, some things to like about that first half. Ultimately trailing here, but certainly this deficit is manageable. So curious to see what adjustments they may have made at intermission.
As am I, because I think things bode well for a possible comeback, because I thought a lot of their best reps in the first half came through the passing game. They were hitting the open receivers, taking whatever the coverage gave them and making it work well for themselves. Now, they just want to pick up the pace of scoring a little bit. So I expect them to come out and continue to throw the ball effectively.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
60.
Now Willis on third down. They're looking for Judy, but it's intercepted. It's C.J. Henderson picking it off.
I don't think there's any other way to put it, but that was just simply deflating, because you know they came out ready to go at halftime, right? Everyone motivating each other, wanting to get out there and get going. And that turnover absolutely saps your momentum. Now you're just shouting encouragement to your defense, hoping they can.
And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Seahawks are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And that makes it a 21-10 game.
Michael Dixon, the kickoff for Seattle.
The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. Taken in at the 3. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21.
At their own 21-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this, because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now a handoff up the middle. Cleveland. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. The 71 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Cleveland. They'll get it across the 35. It'll be 2nd down.
The defense thought they had that play covered, but it still got driven backward by those blockers. Those types of plays are a key part of any team's offensive game plan. It all starts up front in the trenches.
From the 36, Willis. And it's intercepted. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And, Charles, for this offense, those interception woes they kind of had in the first half have now followed them into the second half. And for this defense, they take advantage, turn that into a pick six.
And that defense is in a spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out. And as confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line. Here we go.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
On second down, Cleveland. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Here we go on 4th down. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Willis will look to throw on 1st down. Looking downfield for Godwin. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
The offense schemed going 5 wide, trying to create a chance for the big shot, and they took it. If he comes down with that one, that's a huge offensive swing. But credit the defense with a nice play, knocking that one away.
On 2nd down now, Cleveland. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line.
You've got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
3rd down, it's Willis. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 44-yard line. Give them 19 there as the drive marches forward. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Willis looking to throw on 1st down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
To the air on 1st down, here's Willis. And this is caught. Touchdown, Broncos. Chris Godwin. He has career touchdown number 78, tying in with both Eddie George and Frank Gifford on the all-time list. And the Broncos are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd. And that is off the left upright. It's no good. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game, even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
Play fake. Here's Love. Steps away to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Broncos going dime. 2 extra defensive backs for third down.
Playing pass all the way.
Throwing. Love. He'll fire one downfield for Fant. And that's caught inside the 35. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. Well, he's been doing this for a lot of years with the arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And some space here. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. 58 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. That was excellent from start to finish, from the blocking to the running, just well executed.
And now let's look ahead, because after that, how about a little play action, maybe a little bootleg, and get the quarterback out on the corner and give him a little run pass option.
They're right down here looking for 6. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
Ready.
Now Love will try with his legs. And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Jordan Love keeping it himself from 5 yards out. And the Seahawks are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this 4th quarter advantage. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Not the start to the drive they were hoping for. That run doesn't get them much at all.
No, not at all. That leaves them with 3rd and long, which means you got to dial up something pretty good. Think your best player with a play that he likes to run best.
The offense on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 7. They'll keep it on the ground. Cleveland. Give them 14 yards there and a Denver first down.
Man, these guys may not win this ball game, but you certainly can't fault the effort of this man here today. He's been a real thorn in their sides all afternoon. And that last carry puts him over the 100-yard mark.
Now a throw here, hauled in. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first three quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the fourth. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution even though the scoreboard is going against you. You want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. They stay on the ground. This time it's Williams. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Up the middle they go. Cleveland. And he'll get 3 down at the 34-yard line.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Okay, ready?
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on 3rd. Open man is Godwin. It's complete. Touchdown! Chris Godwin with touchdown number 3 in the game and 6 on the year. And the Broncos have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Extra point by York is up and good. And that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the 4th quarter. The defense does have all 3 timeouts, but at this point, doesn't look like it's going to matter much. Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a first down.
But when you're up by 2 scores in the 4th quarter and you're going to throw the football, expect to see a lot of man coverage because usually what comes along with man coverage is pressure. So if you're a play caller and you want to keep throwing the football, that's fine. Just make sure your offensive line understands they're going to get additional guys running at the quarterback.
Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. Trying to run down some clock with Kamara. And he's got Rome. 77 yards rushing now for Kamara. It's a first down. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means it really can.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack. Well, remember, they had the nice gain on the previous play, but they just gave a lot of it back right there on that sack.
Yeah, they get the sack, get back some real estate. Felt like the type of play that can spark a defense and swing some momentum. Almost felt like a take that type of a play, didn't it, partner?
So the victory here for Seattle, and they say it's never easy to come into Denver to win because of the altitude. They look pretty comfortable in the altitude.
They certainly did. I'm not quite sure how they got prepared, and it's always been a big debate about what to do. I lived out there at one point. I lived in Colorado Springs. I remember saying to someone,